goody. The first day of the month of April in 1889, when a bright boy was born in Nagpur. He was the fifth child of Rivatibai, the mother, and Baliram Pant Hedgavad, the father. The three brothers were very adventurous by nature. Their spirit rose whenever they were confronted with an impossible task. It was the 22nd of June, 1897. Queen Victoria was celebrating 60 years on the British throne. As a part of the celebration, they gave out sweets to the kids and attires to the wealthy people. One young boy was not happy. He was sitting in the corner, brooding.
I wonder where Keshav is. All of his friends are back from school. He must be at school taking multiple and get one speech.
Come forward.
Okay, so why did you give the sweets? Put them away.
What? You should have given them to me. The queen is so generous giving out the sweets.
Would you enjoy that, Uncle? It was the queen who took away our rats on both days.
Is that just a tree?
The things that were sweet to others were bitter for Keshav. Patriotism had found lodgment in his heart at that very tender age of 8. Towards the end of the 19th century, epidemic of plague played havoc in the country. Being an Orthodox priest, Baliram stayed in the village attending funeral ceremonies. Dead rats were also found in their house, and the treatment was started. It was too late, and medicine did not work. And Keshav, at the age of 13, lost both his parents. Hardship, poverty, hunger, and abuse from his elder brother did not stop him from achieving good grades at school. Those were the dark days of British rule in India. Lokmanya Tilak was leading the Indian freedom movement, and he declared that Swaraj, independence, is my birthright. And the Vande Mataram slogan was driving hundreds and thousands of young Indians toward the Indian freedom struggle. At this juncture, British government arrested Lokmanya Tilak, and he had to undergo 6 years of imprisonment for leading the freedom movement. The whole country rose to protest the arrest of their dear leader. Our Doctorji, Keshav, is in high school at the time. As part of the inspection, a British officer planned to visit Keshav's school. Let's see how the preparations are going on in his school just before a week of scheduled inspection by the British officer, and how Keshav grabbed this opportunity to express the spirit of nationalism.
Dear kids, very good morning. I have one announcement for you all. British superintendents of the schools will be visiting our school next week. We all need to learn a poem. If we welcome him with this poem, he'll be very pleased with us, so learn this poem carefully. Please have them practice the poem.
Dear kids, as our principal told us, we should practice this poem, so repeat after me. All hail King George. All hail King George.
About praising British King George, who made us slaves. We should not accept this.
We're all with you, Keshav. We can only suggest how we use this opportunity to convey the message to the British officer.
How about welcoming Superintendent British officer with Vande Mataram? Vande Mataram, which means I bow to you, mother, is the favorite saying of every freedom fighter now. Britishers are against saying Vande Mataram. This should convey our message.
Yes, of course, Keshav. This is praising the British king who made us slaves. We shouldn't accept this. So, when the British officer enters our classroom, we all say what they want them. And we should convey this message to all the other classes too.
Sure, friends, but we must not leak this plan to anybody else.
Hi friends, we need to keep this really a secret. This should be a big surprise to the British officer. What do you guys say?
All with you, Keshav.
While the principal and his staff were busy finalizing their plans to appease the British officer, these children had different plans. Keshav and his friends were secretly passing on the message to children from other classes in their school. I am sure you must be very eager to know what happens on the day of inspection. Me too. Let's see how the inspection goes.
The inspector will be visiting our class in a few minutes. Shall we begin online? We ask him. All hail King George. All hail
King George. All hail King George.
Very good. The officer will be very pleased with their report.
Vande Mataram.
What is this nonsense? What are you teaching to these kids? What are they saying? Find out who their leader is and punish him with the worst terms. If they do not tell who it is, then close down the school. Don't let anybody come here. And tell me in 2 days.
My apologies for the incident. I will definitely find out who is behind this and punish them. Harish, stand up and tell me who is your leader.
I don't know.
Who organized all this? If you guys tell me who is your leader, I will only punish him. But if you guys don't tell me, I will close down the school till one of you tell me who is your leader. That's it. I'm closing down the school. None of you come to school. When you know the answers to my question, please come and I will... Yeah.
To find out the culprit, the school staff tried different ways, like punishment for all, threatening their parents, announcing reward for the informer. But guess what? Nobody came forward to reveal the names. Unable to see this torture by the school staff, Keshav came forward and told the principal that he was the one responsible for organizing the protest, and he was not at all shameful for his act. Keshav was punished and immediately rusticated from the school. Young Keshav grew up with such fire and patriotic feelings in his heart. Every symbol of the foreign rule, every act of submission by the Indians would provoke him. He went to Calcutta to study medicine, but many say the real reason was to be involved with the revolutionary movement that was run through there. His stay at Calcutta turned Keshav into a fierce revolutionary. He would not let any opportunity pass to hit back at the British rule.
I love the cool breeze coming down the hills. How beautiful is this place?
Yeah, sure. It would have been better if it was under our own rule.
Keisha, you want not change. The collector's cover.
What? Why do you say so?
Mister, don't you know the etiquette here?
I don't follow such ridiculous customs.
Keshav's resolve was getting stronger at each sight of British arrogance and Hindu submission. He had decided to dedicate his life for the cause of the nation, for the cause of society. He put aside any bonds that could possibly become hurdles.
Keshav, congratulations on becoming a doctor. Nagpur is very fortunate to have a doctor like you back. Tell me if you need any help setting up your practice.
Sure, Chacha. I will ask you when I need help, but I would not. It would be a while before I start practicing.
Keshav, how far will you expect others to support you? And when you get married, don't you want to support your family?
Chachi, excuse me for saying this. You may have known me for long enough. I would not be looking forward to leading a family life that others crave for while I see my country being ill treated. I have dedicated my life to the liberation of the nation. I will not be getting married. This is over now.
Keshav Rao used to work very hard from morning to evening, and at night he used to think about the nation. On his return to Nagpur, he busied himself himself in various political and social activities. Hedgavar also performed Rashtriya Utsava Mandal for generating fervor and enthusiasm among the youth. Program of Shivaji Jayanti, Ganesh Utsav, Shaktra Punja, Shakraman Utsav, etc. were celebrated under its auspices. His speeches during these functions thrilled the hearts of youth. From day one, Kishore Rao had the vision of character building in young Bharatiyas.
Wow, what an interesting game. Do you mind if I join?
Sure, why not?
Sing louder.
You guys mind if I show you something else? Oh, one second. Can you come forward? Let's do our pronouncements and groups and then proceed with the game. I want two of you to be aggressors. The rest of you line up behind that one-arm distance. What's your pronoun? Doctorji. Good job. How about we play kabaddi?
And thus, Keshav intensified his contacts and established personal rapport with a large number of people. In 1925, he founded the Rashtriya Swamsevak Sangh on the auspicious day of Vijayadashmi with 6 Swamsevaks. From little acorn grows the mighty oak tree. Little droplets make the vast ocean. One heart joining with other hearts. The strength of some soon grew. People began to attend the sun shakas, irrespective of their being rich or poor, no matter to what caste they belonged. Hedgavar maintained personal contacts with them all. He busied himself in the thought and worked for some day and night. Gradually, all his associates had begun to endearingly call Keshav Rao Hedgavar as Doctorji. It was the 20th June 1940. Doctorji's health was deteriorating rapidly, and he was in intense pain and occasionally came in a state of semi-awakening, only to lapse back into a stupor very quickly with whimpers of pain.
Now the entire Sangha responsibility is entrusted to you. Accept this first, and then you may do whatever you want with my body.
Why do you say so? You are going to get well soon.
Maybe, but don't forget what I have said.
At that historic moment, Doctorji had realized that his end was near at hand and had appointed his successor to the position of the next Sadasan Chala. He had handed over his complete charge to Shri Guruji.
This is not the time to shed tears. This is time to keep aside grief and take Doctorji's unfinished task to its logical fulfillment.
Doctorji's aim was to develop prachalaks, impart them training to send them all over Bharat. Swamsevaks entered many fields including laborers, farming, religious groups, educational institutions to fulfill. Doctorji's dream to take Hindu Dharma to Park Vaibhav and Sarvanjan Vikas of the Hindu Samaj. Today, Sadhu has expanded to more than 45 countries. Millions of Swamsevaks and Sevikas participate in countless social projects in county of their adoption. One shaka that Doctorji had started in Mohitwadi in Nagpur has now become a family event all over the world.